Hello, this is Ezekiel Garcia for GuffandStuff.net here at the Game On Expo in Mesa, Arizona. I'm here with the gaming historian. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. And we just came fresh off of your panel, I want to say like an hour ago. We were talking about, you were talking about ESRB and how that was all formed.
Right.
And one of the things that, like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I only watched your videos I haven't watched your videos until recently. And I got to say, you know, like among all the video game related channels on YouTube, like seriously, you have like some of the highest quality videos. Like, what usually goes into every video that you do? Like how long does it take for you to make each and every one?
Well, it depends on the topic, of course. The more, I guess, the bigger the topic, like the ESRB, you got to do a lot more research. So it really depends on the topic. Like, I can talk about a game and it'll take me a few weeks to make that, but I can talk about Satoru Iwata and that'll take me 4 months to do research. So it all depends.
And what would you say is was the most difficult that you've ever done in terms of like the amount of research and the amount of content required to make a video? Like, what was the most difficult one that you, I guess the right word would be accomplish?
I did an episode on the Power Glove. And that one took a while because I actually talked to 4 people that worked on the Power Glove. So I interviewed all of them, put together the research, and this was information that had never been revealed before. So I had to tell it in a way that, it would make sense and that people would understand it. Because you're dealing with really technical stuff with the Power Glove. I mean, that stuff, it was based on a glove that like NASA used with astronauts. So yeah, probably the Power Glove episode.
Yeah, because normally, like up until the first time I ever heard of the Power Glove was Angry Video Game Nerd, and he pretty much went through that whole song and dance, and with the Power Glove, and one of the videos that I really enjoyed was the Famicom disk drive. It's and probably one of the biggest questions I asked myself was, how did you acquire it? I understand, I sold like 2 million copies when it was first released, but how did you acquire yours?
I just went on eBay and bought it. I mean, I just wanted one. I found out about it a couple years ago. I was kind of fascinated by it. I wanted to try some of the games, so I just hopped on eBay and bought one. And not a super cool story, but I mean.
And would you say like a lot of the items that you do get, like from a scale of like 1 to 10, like how is it in terms of difficulty, in terms of acquiring some of the products that you use for your videos?
Some of it's very difficult. Some of the stuff I get is extremely rare. I'm lucky in that I've had a lot of very generous people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm a collector, I have this stuff. If you ever need to borrow it to do a video, just let me know. So I do have a lot of resources in that regard. So if I can't get a hold of something, I probably know somebody who can get a hold of it.
And another video, I believe the last one you made was the Sonic games on the Game Gear. I can only assume, like, with terms of Game Gear games, would you say that like that was a little hard to come by, or was it not as bad as compared to the rest of the subjects that you've covered?
Most of those Sonic Game Gear games, they made tons of them. So they're all pretty easy to find. The only one that's difficult to find is probably Tails Adventure, because it's not your typical Sonic game. Probably didn't sell as well, probably didn't make as many copies. It's kind of an experimental Sonic game. It's more like Metroid than Sonic. That one's like a $40 Game Gear game. The rest are like $5 each. So not super hard to get those ones.
And like of all the things that you've covered, all of the products and games that you've covered on Gaming Historian, what would you say was probably the one you enjoyed the most, like personally, like something you can actually go back to and actually enjoy it instead of just making a video about it?
So like a hardware peripheral, or like just a topic in general?
Either or.
Okay. I did a video on when Nintendo purchased the Seattle Mariners. That's probably my favorite episode I've ever done, just because I'm a big baseball fan. and that story was just very interesting to me. As far as like hardware that I play all the time, Famicom Disk System is probably one. I mean, I play mine a lot, so.
And the funny thing is that when you're talking about Seattle Mariners, I actually, from what I understand, was I believe it was the president of Nintendo. He was known for never attending a single baseball game, from what I understand.
Right, he never attended a Seattle Mariners game. They even played an exhibition game in Kyoto, which is where Nintendo headquarters is, and he still did not go to the game.
Right.
So, yeah, he was a very hands-off owner.
And other than that, is there any other future projects that you're working on? Anything major that you're really putting your best foot forward into making right now, or just anything in general that you're working on currently?
Well, I'm working on a Blu-ray of some of our, bigger episodes. So, collection of 10 episodes with some bonus content. There's been a lot of demand for that. As far as topics, the ESRB, of course, and then we're doing. I don't want to reveal what it is, but we're doing an episode on a certain video game movie. Pretty notorious video game movie. Kind of talk about how that came to be. So look for that soon too.
All right, no problem. And is there anything? And outside of YouTube, is there any other way we can reach you and social media or any other outlet?
Sure. Facebook. Just facebook.com/gaminghistorian. I'm on Twitter @gaminghistorian, and I'm also on Patreon. If you sign up, it's only $1, and you get to watch episodes early. You get to vote on episode topics. So. It's a way to support the show and get involved.
All right, excellent. So, Gaming Historian here at Game on Expo. It's been nice talking to you.
Hey, nice talking to you.
Thank you. And for GuffandStuff.net, Ezekiel Garcia. Guys, take care.
GuffandStuff.net